Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is John Clayton. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, and I've been clean and sober since February 21st, 2021. And once again, I'm behind a day in my reading, so I'm going to read yesterday's first, and then carry on with today's. And then I promise for the rest of the month they'll be on time. So this is for February 9th, 2026. Self-acceptance. When we accept ourselves, we can accept others into our lives unconditionally, probably for the first time. IP number 19, self-acceptance. From our earliest memories, many of us felt like we never belonged. No matter how big the gathering, we always felt apart from the crowd. We had a hard time fitting in. Deep down, we believed that if we really let others get to know us, they would reject us. Perhaps our addiction began to germinate in this climate of self-centeredness. Many of us hid the pain of our alienation, which an attitude of defiance. In effect, we told the world, "We don't need me." Well, I don't need any of you either. I've got my drugs and I can take care of myself. The further our addiction progressed, the higher the walls we built around ourselves. Those walls begin to fall when we start finding acceptance from other recovering addicts. With this acceptance from others, we begin to learn the important principles of self-acceptance. And when we start to accept ourselves, we can allow ourselves to take part in our lives without fear of rejection. Just for today, I am accepted in NA. I fit in today. It's safe to start letting others into my life. Amen to that. You know, it's I don't know. I think I find it ironic because, you know, in an area where when I was in active addiction, and it was, well, it was easy to make what I thought were friends, but you know, when the drugs aren't around, you know, we or I kind of learned who my true friends really were. And the sad part is, though, is that after sacrificing my entire contact list, because those are the only types of people that I really knew, to come to realize that I don't know anybody. Like, not personally, not really. But that is something I'm trying to change in my life. Today I'm trying to, I mean, I've been working really hard at changing my life, which I've been getting more and more better at and successful at. And at the same time, I don't know, I'm losing my train of thought again. I have this idea in my head of how I think things are supposed to go, but, or how I thought things were supposed to go, but half the time, or most of the time, I walk around like I'm trying to figure things out, and most of the time I find it difficult to figure anything out. To figure anything out. Shit. To figure anything out. Boy, I can't even speak. Jeez. Anyway, that was that was the reading for February 9th, 2026. So we'll carry on to February 10th, 2026, and the topic is fun. In recovery, our ideas of fun change. Basic text page 102. In introspect, many of us realized that when we used, our ideas of fun were rather bizarre. Some of us would get dressed up and head out to the local club. We would dance, drink, and do other drugs until the sun rose. On more than one occasion, gun battles broke out. What we then called fun, we now call insanity. Today, our notion of fun has changed. Fun to us today is a walk along the ocean, watching the dolphins frolic in the sun sets behind them. Fun is going to an NA picnic or attending the comedy show at an NA convention. Fun is getting dressed up to go to the banquet and not worrying about any gun battles breaking out over who did what to whom. Through the grace of a higher power and the fellowship of Narcotics Anonymous, our ideas of fun have changed radically. Today, when we are up to see Today, when we are up to see the sunrise, it's usually because we went to bed early the night before, not because we left the club at 6 in the morning, eyes bleary from a night of drug use, and if that's all we have received from Narcotics Anonymous, that would be enough. Just for today, I will have fun in my recovery. That's a that's an interesting reading because I'd never thought that the idea of having fun sober or clean and sober was a pipe dream. I didn't think that was possible at all until I went to my very first NA dance, and that was the first time I ever went to a function like that, clean and sober. Come to think of it, I've never really done anything clean and sober before. So everything that I have been doing since I've been clean and sober has been completely new, like almost being a newborn baby. Maybe that's why I feel so lost all the time, because now that I want to make a difference, and I'm constantly trying to figure it out and study this and study that, and yet I can't seem to find that exact direction that I'm trying to go in. I mean, as long as it's constantly moving forward, then great. But still, though, I mean, moving forward is one thing, but moving forward with no real direction. And obviously, my part of my direction is doing it clean and sober, which for the first time in my life, I believe it's possible. I mean, I'm 4 years clean and almost 4 years clean and sober, so I'm proving that it's possible. And look at all the people in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous. They've proved it's possible, and they keep proving it's possible every day. And I want to do something that's going to somehow make my mark in the world. And but the problems that I'm facing is that I don't feel like I know how to communicate verbally or professionally anymore, and Well, if I ever really knew how, because I mean, all I knew how to do was fucking do drugs and find means and ways to get more. And now I'm constantly trying to figure out every single day what can I do next to push forward and to continually to better myself so that way that one thought will hit me and then I can follow through with it instead of learning. I got so many things on the go right now that I'm getting overwhelmed with everything that I'm trying to learn and focus on, and but I'm doing it without any real direction. I mean, I thought I had a direction when I was still in college, and I kind of did, but then I lose my train of thought. But then that was during COVID, and so my college was my college was all online and isolated. I mean, I was still in a classroom setting, but still, my classroom was looking through a monitor at other kids in a classroom. Oh, excuse me. But you don't make any real connections when you're stuck at home or forced to stay at home. And now that I've graduated college and I'm trying to continue studies, and apparently I can't apply for another student loan until I pay off the student loan that I'm paying off, which, being clean and sober, is the first time I've actually has taken responsibility over my bills, which I'm taking responsibility over my life, and it's something that I've never done before. Which, when I hear myself say it, it sounds pathetic. Because I'm 53 years old, and so many people are dying around me, or even people I grew up with who, everybody dying at a young age, or very young, and I'm trying to do everything I can because I don't want to die. I had so many close calls when I was in active addiction, and for the most part, I feel like I'm on borrowed time, and if that is the case, this is my second chance, and I don't want to blow it. And so far, I'm doing everything right, as far as I can tell. The only thing is that I feel like I'm still going nowhere. And sometimes, I mean, okay, I go to the meetings to be around like-minded people, but I wouldn't mind being around other people who are trying to accomplish some of the same things that I'm trying to accomplish, and then I'd have people that I could collab with, or maybe even work with, or work together with, and or even come to a direction with. I don't know. We'll see. It's one day at a time. I'm just a bit overwhelmed, and and then I got all these YouTube channels on the go, but ever since I've been learning and studying AI, well, I haven't even done any 3D modeling in quite a while, but AI is the new thing, and it's not going anywhere. So you might as well learn as much of it as you possibly can. The only thing that sucks is that I'm stuck using all the free tiers, and well, most of them are either a one-time trial, or you gotta wait a certain amount of time before you can rejuvenate any kind of daily or monthly credit in order to continue using certain AI platforms. But anywho, thank you for joining me, everybody. It'd be cool if you hit like or subscribe. Um, Again, if nobody's told you today that they love you, well, I love you, and we will see you again tomorrow. Okay? Bye for now.